Quick video on the Gamefold table. We'll take a look at the toppers as well in a bit. So my use case for this, we're in a kind of this is a garage conversion room, and I wanted an option where I could fold up a table on the rare occasion we had someone maybe sleeping here. So I had one of these cheap tables, maybe 40 quid. Bought that a year and a half ago, and the only time I folded it is just now to put this this table up. And I've got Blood Bowl set up here, not to show off my cool minis, but this is a 3-foot board, so you can see that drops in nicely. So you can fit pretty much any game on it. War of the Ring would fit on there, I think. And, but that is a hard stop because you've got the rails, of course. So otherwise, but I'm happy with the table. I mean, it's sturdy. These rails are held in by, they're just tension rails, so you could kick them out actually, if someone's legs are flailing about under there. But way sturdier than the cheaper tables, and a good size as well. So fits nicely this way in this room, garage conversion room. So it's probably about 7 feet across the room, maybe a little bit more. Take a look at the couple of the accessories. I've got this cup here, cup holder, which is kind of weird. It's got a half cut out there, but cups sit all right in that. I'll get a shot of that in a sec. It's actually all right, and of course a tumbler will fit nicely. We've got these shelves here, which don't fit on with the corners. I've got these cool corners that you kind of forget about, but they do look good. They don't fit on, they don't clip on with the corner. These are okay. I can imagine some use cases for them with some games with cards, I suppose, but I wouldn't. They're pretty thin. So if you got the bigger one, you can get a double width of this. Might be a bit too flimsy. What else did I get? I got these trays. They're okay. They just clip on. There's a clip on the rail here. You put these in, and then these clip on. I don't know what they're ready for. They may be slightly annoying dice trays. That's all right. I probably won't use that. But to be honest, the only thing I'm probably going to use is the drink holders. There's this sliding tray came with it as well, which has got a neoprene mat in it. And the idea with this, it's got a rail in the middle. I think it's meant to sit on here and be able to slide around the table. But it's so, look, if I put some dice on it, it's kind of, it could fall off. It's a bit shit. I don't think I'll use that. So I'm going to clear this off. Let's take a look at the toppers. So first thing with the toppers is, of course, the whiteboard side. So this is where the fittings are for the rail. To use it as a whiteboard, it doesn't really make any sense because there's nowhere to fit it. So if you had it there, you can't. If you had the whole thing whiteboard side up, I mean, it's going to move about unless you've got some way to fit it on. So these little clips, there's a very low tolerance on these. So I can imagine some people have had problems. If they're out by a couple of mil, then they're not going to fit in the rails. Okay, let's put this one in. So there's no real trickery here. I can show you this going on, hopefully. Okay, there. So that's sort of no bother with that one. So I'm quite fortunate that these clip in fairly easily. They don't take me much. What I've done is put 2 of these supports under there like that. There's no guidance on where they should go, but because these leaves they're not uber flimsy, but they're at that length they're going to flex if you don't have support under them. So I'm going to do the same. I'll put the supports under the same, and then I'll put the whole lot on. So that's the second one in. I've actually put the supports in line here, so it's there and there. Like I was saying, those tolerances on those clips aren't much, so these have been offset a bit, so no matter which way you put this one round, it's going to be a little bit in that way and a little bit out that way. And they don't sit perfectly flat, but it's fairly stable so far. Let's put the other two on. So this is kind of the annoying bit when you're putting them in. So I had this leaf, and this leaf in, but this one wouldn't fit on then because of the just the way they're offset a bit. So now it's kind of a case of taking them off, shifting them all up that way and then that way, so there's enough space for them to fit in. It's not an elegant thing to do. It's just a case of shunting them and seeing if you can get them to fit in. Okay, so we got they're all in. You see they're not perfectly flush. They don't have a tongue and groove, so they're not all going to fit together. I think you can probably orient them so they look a little bit more in line, but I'm not really that bothered about that. Let's take a look at how sturdy they are. So we've got a jug of water, some fairly hefty plates, and a banana. They're not flexing. They're actually all right. They do hold in place. They don't look great, but if you had a tablecloth on there, it wouldn't be too bad. So we'll look at that along this way. Can you see how some of them are slightly uneven? But it's functional. You know, I wouldn't recommend this. Definitely wouldn't recommend it in this configuration and then occasionally using it as a gaming table. Don't do that. Just look for another option. Look for something with solid wood for the top for that. Use it as your gaming table first. Definitely. I like it. I think it's pretty good.